Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video kind of about how I read quickly and how I kind of read and my reading schedule and different things like that, because it was actually recommended to me by Fantasy Girl 317. So thank you so much for recommending this video to me. I found it very interesting to start thinking about how I read and how I've read quickly during this past year. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I want to mention is do not feel discouraged about how fast you're reading compared to others. I think that it's very important to remember that some people are more busy than others. Some people have a lot more time to spare on books than others. Other people work and other people have other things they need to do with their time. So do not worry if you're not reading as much as any other person or if you're not reading as quickly. Everyone reads at a different pace. It's just one of those things. So it's a personal thing. Do not worry about it. I don't think you should ever feel bad about how fast you're reading a book. If you're loving the book you're reading and it's taking you a while but you're still enjoying it, then that's totally fine. I think reading is such a personal thing that I think you should focus on yourself about. I used to see people on YouTube or on GOODREADS reading like 3 books a day, and I'm like, how do they do that? I wish I could do that, but I just can't. I don't have the time, and I was just yearning for that. And then I realized it doesn't matter, because if I'm enjoying a book and it takes me a week to read it, I still think that that's very important. I don't think you should read a ton of books just to say you have and not enjoy them. I think savoring a book is very important, and if you're just a slower reader, that is totally it's totally fine. So do not worry about it. I think everybody just needs to realize that reading is such a personal thing and everyone has a different pace. So the first thing I want to mention is that I really like using GOODREADS to track my progress. I didn't start reading as much as I do until this past year. I made a goal because I just kind of wanted this motivation behind me to just kind of read some books. And most of the time before this past year, I only read about 3 books a year, and that would be during the summer when I was at the beach and I had some spare time, and that was it. I would never pick up a book otherwise, other than for school or anything like that. But I just realized I really wanted to read because I loved it, and so I thought putting a kind of goal would kind of motivate me to keep on with my reading track, and I just felt so accomplished when I would finish a book and add it to my goal list. So if you think that interests you, I would definitely check out GOODREADS for that. I also really like keeping track and progress of my books. If I read 2 pages that day, I will update it on GOODREADS, as well as if I read 200 pages a day, I will put it on my GOODREADS, just because I think it helps me feel motivated as well as just keep me on track, and yeah, I really enjoy it for that reason. So what I like to do, I think this is probably the biggest thing that I do, I like to set aside time at night to read. I personally really enjoy getting ready for bed and just sitting in my bed and turning on some music and reading. I know a lot of people have different jobs and different things going on, so if you don't have time during the night to just set aside time to read a couple chapters or read for 10 minutes or anything like that, then reading throughout the day is also a great thing. If you only can read a chapter in between your lunch break or after picking up your kids from school or things like that, I don't know. I think that's totally fine too. I don't think you need to feel forced to read a huge chunk of time. I think you can definitely split it up. That's totally fine too. And you can definitely make progress that way as well. So do not feel discouraged if you don't have time to set aside a huge block of time to read. Another tip that I would give is to kind of get rid of your social media, not forever. I mean, just take it away and remove it, put your computer down, your phone down, and just don't go on it. Because I notice that when I go on my computer or my phone, I will sit on there for hours and hours and realize I should have been using that time to read because I wanted to read, but Instagram and GOODREADS and YouTube have all sucked me in. So I think just kind of forgetting about those for the time that you're trying to read is great, because it just keeps you a little bit more focused and you don't get as distracted. And yeah, so I like to just turn on some music and put my phone in the corner and my computer in the corner and just sit in my bed and read. I just find it helps me get so much more into the book, and I feel kind of more immersed into it, and I feel like I am a character, which I think is very interesting. So yeah, just kind of limiting your social media and computer use when you're trying to read, I definitely think is a very important thing to do. So the last thing I just want to mention is that I think you should definitely enjoy yourself when you're reading. Do not feel like you need to be ripping through all these different books just to say that you have read that many or to keep up with somebody else who reads quicker than you. I think reading is such a personal and important thing for each and every person. I think if you read a book that takes you 10 days, but it was absolutely amazing, that is awesome. I think you should definitely just take time with a book. If it's taking you a lot longer, but you're still enjoying it, definitely just keep up with it. Do not worry about it. Books are made to be enjoyed. So read a book that you're really enjoying. If you're not enjoying a book, don't waste time on it. I have had a really hard time DNFing books. If you don't know, DNFing means do not finish, did not finish. And I used to never DNF because I would feel really bad. And I was like, if I have it on my shelf, I need to read it because maybe it'll get better. But sometimes you just know the book's not gonna get better. It's not your taste, it's just not doing it for you. So do not waste your time on a book, because I think you could be reading so many different books during that time that you're wasting on a book you're not enjoying. So enjoy yourself, always read a book that you're really liking, and do not be afraid to put it down, because I think it's important to not waste that time on a dumb book that you know you're not enjoying and will never get any better for you. So this was kind of all over the place. I don't have too many tips. I mean, I'm a quick reader. I don't think that there's anything to do with that other than I've just always kind of read quickly. But I'm sorry if I didn't give you really any tips. I just thought I would tell you a little bit about my reading schedule and what I do. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below what you guys do to keep up with your reading goals, as well as what you do for your routine to keep up with reading. And yeah, let me know all of that down in the comments. If you like the video, you can like it, and you can also subscribe for more videos. And yeah, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!